It was a beautiful neighborhood. Everything, it was not empty lots. The houses, they were well kept. It was a lot of, especially, it was an older population.
I moved here in 1962, and it was beautiful because when I came to see this house, I liked it. I loved it. It was a nice, clean neighborhood. There were businesses, in each corner. But then things started to change.
You can't cross the L because the white people were on that side. And then it was like Puerto Ricans, but then the African Americans, you can cross American Street. So if something happened, they will go nighttime to the park, take care of their situation. So that was one. And then it was the Nido Park.
It was awful. People were afraid to cross the park to go to the church, actually, or the children to go to school. And we couldn't really live. And the thing was that I could not move away, or I didn't want to move away, let's say. So we decided to stay and try to do something about it. And a few people stayed and did just that. At that time, quite a few churches got together and we did like a vigil. That was in 1985, I remember. And from there on, then, we started the work of, getting together with different communities and organizing the community. Little by little, it didn't happen overnight, but little bit at a time, the park was cleaned and families were able to use the park again. I have to say that North Square Neighborhood Project is like our second home. We're always there, and the day that we don't go to North Square, we feel bad, we feel like we haven't been home. Motivated women, motivated ladies, group of women that got motivated and started to do something for themselves. Those years, the houses were demolished and people didn't care, and the people that care moved away from the neighborhood. So we ended up with all these empty lots, and we had to think of something to do with them.
This is a location on Pelthorpe and Dolphin. This is a neighborhood that came from real bad times, rough times, struggles, a lot of dirty lots, bandit cars, drugs. And it's just showing that if you put your faith into things, things could change. And as long as people get together and believe in something, something can happen.
And here they are, some of the women of Grupo Motivos. I remember when Jane Golden, she went to North Square and she met with Sister Carol and some of us. And the idea was to create a mural about heroes of Puerto Rico. When I was walking with her, I was thinking about my grandmother, because my grandmother, she was an amazing woman, and she has been dead for 34 years, and she still is my hero. And I was like, wait a minute, you know, it's good that you could present these heroes to the children and to the community, but I think it is more important to have this group of women that they are just normal, but those are the people that we need to know. Those are people that we talk to them, that people, you know, they are just normal people.
All wire up. Acción. Por aquí, vaya. Acción.
We're gonna zoom in on the fire, and then we're gonna zoom out, and then we're gonna enter through the whole shot. Mueve tus manos ahí al frente de la cámara, like, there you go, sound like that.
Pues aquí estoy cocinando, sancochando maíz. Esto es típico de Puerto Rico. Y estas eran las cocinas que se usaban en mi país, los fogones. Y cuando llovía teníamos que pasar mucho trabajo porque había que buscar la leña en la finca. Y cuando llovía se mojaban y teníamos que estar soplando. Teníamos que estar soplando, si no. Y los niños con hambre y uno ahí afincado, soplando para que avanzara a estar la comida y para cuando el esposo llegara de trabajar, era tremendo. Pero cuando yo llegué aquí, de sorpresa me encuentro un fogón. Qué cosa más linda, un fogón de Puerto Rico en Filadelfia.
Right here we are in one of our gardens, Raíces, which translated is roots, our roots really. And my friend Iris Brown is the person behind all these beautiful names that she thinks about to name our gardens. And as you can see behind me, the mural is on those issues and roots of our culture. And we all know that our culture is three cultures together, the European, the African, and the Taino Indians. So as you can see behind me, that mirror is on that. And also these murals serve as teaching tools because Iris Brown is always bringing groups of children and teaching them about our culture. So all our murals have something to do with our culture, so that's why we are all very proud of them.
If you plant tomatoes, you take care of that, you water them, and it's guaranteed that you're gonna get tomatoes. But other things, you could march, you could ask, you could go to politicians, you could write to them, you could have meetings with them. It's no guarantee of anything. So that was something about the garden that it was special because it was guaranteed that something was going to happen. You just have to give 100%. So it took us by surprise because we wanted to see trees, to clean it and to see the trees. But then what happened with the people in the garden, that was a surprise because we didn't know that we would form these family ties with people that we didn't have before. That was a plus. We didn't know that a garden was capable of doing that. This garden was built in 1990, we'll say. We celebrated 1993, and it's called Las Parcelas. And this is our community garden. We have 17 families gardening here. And I was mentioning to you that the house has become a little museum, and I would like to invite you to come in and see what it means, what is it, the flavor, the colors, and take a look at the objects that some of them have been donated by people from the community, and everybody calls this house Grandma's house. So I would like to invite you to come in and take a look at the house. This is a very important place for us because every single object, it has a story to tell. And that's the way that we want to do it. We want to keep these traditions for us to keep us alive, and for the new generation so they have a sense of pride and meaning of who they are. The machete, that is something that it have to be in every single house. And some of the objects that we have a special meaning. This is a very special one also. We used to carry lunches for the people that cut the sugar cane or they were fishing and so on. Some of the utensils, they are made the same way that the Tainos use them. This is a gourd, and it becomes a tool for carrying water or drinking water. And also, it could be a maraca. And this is the way it is. It could be, if we cut it in half, it could be a bowl for people to eat. So, the cassave. This is yuca, and this is the bread that the Tainos use.
Yo estaba en Puerto Rico, que sembraba árboles con mi papá, sembraba fruta, vegetales, no sé si verduras, es vegetales, habichuelas, ganduras, marangas y sembraba arroz, maíz. Esto me trae muchos recuerdos.
Me encanta el jardín porque dejé mi Puerto Rico. Dejé la finca que desde chiquitita siempre andaba detrás de mi papá en la finca y yo tenía mucha nostalgia de dejar mi país, y mi hija me trajo, la conoció a usted, me trajo las parcelas. Me dijo, mami, ¿sabe qué? Que te conseguí comprar una parcela. Y yo me volví loca de alegría. Yo dije, ¿pero cuánto vale esa parcela? Y me dijo $10. Y trabaja todos los años, todo lo que tú quieras. Y desde ahí, de ese tiempo, de todos los años, año tras año, venimos.
La importancia mayor es que no se pierdan las costumbres que nosotros tenemos, las costumbres de nuestros antepasados, nuestros abuelos. Nosotros queremos que ustedes, los jóvenes, sigan haciendo lo que años atrás, cuando yo era joven, mi padre lo hacía, yo aprendí de ellos, ahora queremos que ustedes aprendan, así que ustedes lo siguen, enseñándoselo a sus hijos y sus hijos a sus hijos. Y así las raíces no se pierdan.